3, 2, 1.
Let's go.
Talk about it. Talk about it. Talk about it, sis.
Girl, talk about it. Talk about it. Okay?
Talk about it.
Let's go. Talk about it.
Talk about it.
Talk about it.
Hey, I'm back with another video, and I'm gonna try to make this video so short. But some of you may not know that I have been going through a divorce for almost going on 2 years now, and it's been a rocky journey and a roller coaster. And some people have been hitting me up, they've been asking me questions, and I kind of been like dodging around the questions and this and that, not just to not be able to talk about the things or talk about the divorce that's happening, but just to kind of like, I'm just in a space where I'm not going to, I believe really big in covenant, okay? And I'm also pretty big on closing one door in one chapter to starting a new one, to open up a new one, right? So if a certain chapter in my life is not closed, I don't want to bring in no more chaos or confusion when bringing anything else in. And I'm working on healing to the point where I'm whole and not just healed, right? I want to be able to validate and point out when those triggers come and how to handle it, how to set boundaries so that it don't allow to the trauma that once was in the past. Like, I don't have to react out of trauma. I can react out of my response can be a little bit different now because I'm healed and I'm whole, right? And I really just been loving this journey of God. Like, he's really been loving on me. I've really been loving on him. He has got down to the root of the problem. He has got down to the deep stuff back when childhood, daddy issues, everything. And I was very much damaged. I was very damaged, okay? If I could take accountability on my end, right? And I was just so hurt and broken, and my heart was just like bleeding. And I don't want to come off and say this the wrong way. And that wasn't necessarily just the marriage. It was just because I really needed God. And I did not know how much I really needed him. Like, I really needed him. I couldn't show up in no other area if I didn't show up for him. Like, I needed him to help me become who I am now. You know what I'm saying? And it's just been a beautiful journey and a beautiful process. And I'm just waiting. Like, I'm not in a rush. I'm enjoying this healing. When God says it's fit, he will say it's fit, okay? But I just wanted to give like a little reflection. So I just look back as old relationships as scars, right? So when you think of a scar usually happens for mainly the same reason of some, like, being hurt. Like, you had to either been cut open, you had to have some pain caused or something, or you had a surgery, you had something to the point where it left a scar, right? And I just looked at it as far as relationships, like, as scars, right? It's a reminder, like, you forgive and you move on, but it's also a reminder there, like, hey, this was something that really had hurted me right here, right? And you just want to get to a point where you touch that scar, it doesn't hurt, it's not sensitive anymore. You could literally rub over it, you could do whatever, and for it to not cause any damages, right? But I had to get out of space where I was covering up my scar because I didn't want it to get bumped again. I didn't want anybody to hurt it. I didn't want anybody to reopen the wound that was just stitched back up. So I had to give everything back over to God. I had to let go, give it to him, allow him to completely heal me. So I don't want to reopen any more wounds. I want to be able to allow this scar to be a representative of, if any triggers come up, that I don't want to be reminded of this same injury and this same scar. But I can also set boundaries for when those flags come or when those triggers come up, and not react out of trauma response, but react out of the new version I am now, and be able to not run from them responses, but to battle, like, take on with them face to face, okay? And not allow it to become another wound, or not allow it for the same scar to be back reopened again, and then now that wound has to get back healed, stitched up, make sure the infection doesn't get in, all that good stuff, right? So to even avoid all that, just responding differently, thinking differently, healing differently, setting boundaries, and just reacting out of love. Like, that's it, that's all. I don't really got much else for you, but I just have to have that scenario and really trusting God with my life right now. I don't know which direction I'm going. I don't know where he's taking me. All I know is I'm just going step by step of what he's giving me. Do this, do this, do that. I'm literally allowing God to guide me. So his word is literally a light onto my path. So as my feet begin to walk, I only can focus on. So if you have a lamp just right in front of you, you can't see ahead of you. It's still dark. Everything is still dark. You can't see anything behind you because you focus on going forward. You can't see on the side. You only can see that's right in front of you, which is your feet, right? So I'm allowing my footsteps be his word, which is a light onto my path, and allowing him to guide my steps on my journey of wherever he wants to take me. So that's it. That's the whole video, y'all. I just wanted to touch base and just say that. So do not open up old wounds. Close whatever chapter, whatever door that God is allowing you to close completely until he is able, and until he know that you are ready to reestablish and open up a next chapter. Okay? So I love y'all. Goodbye.